The international front, the question today, how real is this talk and threat of nuclear war with North Korea? This week, as we all know now, President Trump fired back at Kim Jong-un, promising, in his words, fire and fury if a missile were to launch directed at us. Our Jack Fink for us in Richardson today, where North Koreans are sharing with us their reaction to these tense developments. Jack?
Well, Doug, I spoke with a man who fled North Korea after being tortured there. He actually lived in China for 15 years before coming here to North Texas. He says a pastor who still goes in and out of North Korea told him recently that there are more and more beggars on the streets these days. And I asked him what he thought about his homeland's ruler launching missiles and threatening the U.S.
느낌이 듭니다.
In my opinion, he's acting crazy.
Moon Jae escaped North Korea when dictator Kim Jong-un's father ran the country with an iron fist. He says after high school he had to work in a coal mine, but wasn't paid or given food as promised. So he tried to escape.
He was tied for 3 days.
After being caught, Jae says authorities tied his arms behind his back, stretching him so his two hands would touch. Again, he was held like that for 3 days.
Your blood, it's not circulated, right? So your hands turn into black and you feel numb.
When they threatened to throw him into prison, he says he knew he had to escape.
He cannot imagine what's happening in the prison.
So Jae says he walked for 2 days to get to another city, boarded a train to the northern border with China, and swam across the Tuman River. It's something he says he wouldn't be able to do today.
It's really hard to swim just like he did 20 years ago and nowadays. So there are guards, like shooting the people, when they try to swim and escape North Korea.
He last spoke with his family 18 years ago.
Back then, he did not ever imagine that was going to be the last goodbye. I do have a wish that my families remaining in North Korea, they can be freed of this terror.
Jae says he doesn't know if his family was ever tortured since he escaped. He hopes to become a U.S. citizen next year and is now studying English and engineering. Right now, to make a living, he's driving for Uber. Live in Richardson, Jack Fink, CBS 11 News.
Jack.